taking along with you to those sorts of things. So with Christmas coming up, Christmas party, after Christmas party, we thought it would be a great idea to show you how easy life can be with your Thermomix. I'm going first. Sam, are you happy for me to get started? Is everybody in?
I think we'll still have some people jumping in, and I'll just keep letting them in.
Yeah.
And yes,
Great.
I would love you to get started. That'd be great, man.
Beautiful.
Hello, everybody. Get in the festive spirit now. Get your bottles out.
So today I am making Aussie potato salad. Full disclosure, I actually don't eat potato salad, but my husband loves it. And I've been told on good authority that my mum's is up there with one of the best potato salads in the world. I wouldn't know because I've never had it, and I'm hoping that this one comes pretty close and that I can make it for the family a little bit more often. So Aussie potato salad. So I'm going to get started. I've got it on Cookie-Doo, and because it's an Aussie recipe, you don't have to remove any filters. It stays under there on the Australian one. Start cooking, just 500 grams of water. Now this one's really cool because everything gets done in the one, doesn't matter if you go a little bit over with this either because you're not putting anything in there. Everything's getting done in the thing. So it's telling me to put my simmering basket in. And the next step is to put 4 eggs inside my simmering basket. So I've already done that just for purpose of the video and being a little bit quicker. I'm going to put 4 eggs into the Thermomix basket because we're actually going to boil the eggs while we're boiling the potatoes. So that frees up so much time for everyone. 4 eggs straight from the fridge. Putting my Varoma dish in place. You know, the lid is always the one thing that I forget to bring over when I'm cooking. So this is the Varoma dish. When the recipe asks you to put the Varoma dish in, this is the one that they're talking about, the large one. The Varoma tray is the little insert that goes in on top. Today we won't need that because we're using a large quantity of potatoes. So that's in place. I'm going to weigh in 1,000 grams, so 1 kilo of potatoes. It says Ruby Lou. I had trouble finding Ruby Lou. I just got the bag, the 1 kilo bag from Woolies that says perfect for salads. So we'll see how that goes. Cut into pieces 2 centimeters. If you're a new Thermomix owner or older Thermomix owner, or just unsure, when a recipe asks you to cut anything into pieces, it'll say 2 to 3 centimeters. As a general rule, if your piece fits within your dial, then you've got a good size piece. So I've already chopped these up. I've already peeled them and chopped them. And I'm going to put them in. Now it's going to tell me to ensure that there's room for steam. To make sure that I can do that, I'm actually going to put my measuring cup in the middle, and I'm going to tip my, to make sure you tear it off, I'm going to tip my potatoes in around my measuring cup. Because if we don't allow for steam, then nothing will be cooked evenly. And then all you do is remove your measuring cup, and there's a hole in there for everything to get through. It says 864. I'm pretty happy with that. Actually, it's probably when I put that back in there closer to the kilo, so that's fine. I don't have any more anyway. We're going to pop the lid on, and then this is going to steam the first part for 14 minutes on Varoma temperature, speed 1. So in this time, if I had already peeled my potatoes, I would use that time to clean up my potato mess. If I hadn't already, sorry, I would use this time to clean up my potato mess. A new function on the machine with the update is the preview button, so I can see what the next few steps are going to be and get myself ready for those things there. But that's it for me for now. You don't want to sit around for 15 minutes watching me do nothing. So we're going to cross to, who's next? Sam, you? Susie?
I'm going to head over to Susie. I'm going to find Suze and spotlight her now.
Woohoo. I'll put myself on mute.
Thanks, Vanda. I'm Susie from Demos Down Under. Thanks for tuning in today, everyone. I'm sorry my camera's a bit blurry. It's bad luck. We've got to roll with it. I'm cooking for you Christmas tree 3 ways. I've got a couple of doughs, which I've already made because it's as easy as popping the ingredients in and pressing the next button. And I just thought I'd showcase how to do the rolling and give you those tips on how to get your beautiful Christmas trees. You could do wreaths, you could get a bit excited with your toppings. Yeah, just I sometimes follow the recipe and then I sometimes just make my own up. So I love doing these little pull aparts. They're fun for a barbecue, a luncheon, or wherever. You don't have to have them in the shape of a Christmas tree if you're doing it for another party. But they all come along really well. So I'm just going to do one of my favorite little fillings, which is salmon and cream cheese and extra cheese. So, and I'm not going to follow a recipe like I said, but I will just use the manual mode of the machine. Now, using manual mode is just touching the dials. You've got your 3 dials at the front here on the screen. The far left one is the timer. The middle one's your heat. And the final one is the speed of the blades. So I've got a couple of cheeses I need to grate up. Got some mozzarella. I've already chopped them into little squares. And I've got some cheddar. So I'll do the hard cheeses first. And I'll just select 10 seconds. And the third dial, I'm going to turn around to speed 6. And we're just going to grate that up. It'll probably block out my sound on Zoom for a second, so I won't talk for 10 seconds. So do you have a favourite filling in your breads or scrolls? Pop it in the chat. You could do this a savoury or a sweet option if you like. You can put cinnamon and butter if you want a sweet, and then just add a bit extra sugar in the dough, or keep it savoury. Now that's just grated all those cheeses.
Nutella.
How good's that?
Nutella's my favourite.
Nutella, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just going to put in some cream cheese. Okay. And salmon. I love a bit of salmon. And also just a hint of basil as well. Just give some colour and some flavour. With this particular recipe, it looks really nice if we've got a bit of green coming through. So I'm also going to add some spinach, some baby spinach. There's no flavour really in that. My kids eat this like it's going out of fashion. Lid back on. And we'll just go another 10 seconds at speed 6. There we go. And I'll show you what that looks like. Should be a nice consistency. Yeah, just a nice, like, it's almost like a dip. You could actually eat this as a dip. It's very yummy. Sometimes some diced red onion in here is really beautiful as well. Now, basically, I'm just going to show you how to put together a Christmas tree right here with this particular, we've already got some pre-bought pastry, this one. And I just want to tip it out and spread it on my pastry. Don't want it too thick, but thick enough that it's going to show a bit of colour and come through my Christmas tree. So it's not looking very much like a Christmas tree right now, but bear with me, we'll get there. So you want 2 sheets of pre-bought puff pastry. You can make your own, which I've got another recipe with my own homemade puff pastry as well. And then we just want to pop that second piece on top. And now you want to draw a tree. So I like to leave a bit of a ruler space in the middle. I'll just cut where I need that. Down here is the stem, down the base. Can you guys see that okay? Okay, and then I'm just going to do a triangle line all the way to the edge. Now don't throw away these excess bits. we can do something with that. We don't want to waste good food. Okay, and another triangle all the way down. So now we've got this nice big triangle. Okay, so now what we want to do is just cut along straight along both sides. I'll just use the back of a knife. Sort of try and get even widths. These are your branches of your tree. And the last one we'll take completely off, so we've got a stem down the bottom. Let's do that on the other side. Try and line it up because it looks prettier if you can. Okay. Now, this is actually the first time I've done this recipe, but the scroll one, which I'll show you in a second, I've done a few times. So now you just want to start with the bottom branches and twist them. So turn them all the same way and twist them like this. Can you see that okay? You just want to twist, 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 and do that right the way through. And then you want to brush it with a nice egg yolk and water mix, just so you can get that gloss in the oven. So I won't show you the rest. You've got the gist there. You're just twisting those to make branches. And bang it in the oven and decorate it with a little bit of capsicum or cherry tomatoes, a little bit excess. I made some stars. We could put the star on top of the tree. And this is just gorgeous. Just pull it apart, eat it, use it with dips. Really nice little table centerpiece. I'll put that away. These little extra bits, don't waste them. You know, make them into shapes, whatever you want, or twist them so you've got extras. It's always nice to have extras. Now, this here is my homemade pastry. Now, if you look up quick pastry in your Thermomix, it's literally bang in the ingredients, turn the speed dial for 30 seconds, and you've got pastry. You pop it in the fridge, you let it harden, and then you come out and roll it out. So I didn't want to bore you with that. We've all know how to do that. I just want to show you how to put it together. So, you know, that sometimes can be the overwhelming part when you're baking. Is how did they get it looking so fabulous? Well, it's not that difficult. I've got little cherry tomatoes. I've rolled out my pastry. I've spread on top of the pastry the dip, and then I've cut it into pretty even width slices. And now I'm just going to put a little cherry tomato in the middle, and then roll it sort of so you almost get like a little bit of a rosette, and you've got that little cherry tomato in the middle. Okay, so you want to work with your homemade pastry pretty quickly, because I don't know what the temperature is there, but it's 38 degrees here. I'm actually on the west coast of Australia at the Ningaloo Reef, and it's just beautiful over here, but it is hot. So keeping that in mind, we'll just keep cracking along. And you just obviously just keep rolling that out. So I think you've got the gist of that. I don't need to show you how to do all that. And then bang it in the oven. I haven't got that one to show you, but you can imagine what that's going to turn out like. I will show you at the end of our cooking. I'll pop that in the oven. And then finally, I've got this other one, which I've done with pizza dough. Okay, so pizza dough is a really, really great little recipe that you can use for so many things, like scrolls. We do pizza scrolls for lunches all the time. Pizza, obviously. You can even fry it like a flatbread. You can roll it out really, really thin, put parmesan and rosemary on it and make crackers. So the pizza dough is very versatile. It's not just for pizzas. I'll see if I can get this up without falling off the cupboard. Okay, so again, with the pizza scrolls, it's just rolling out the dough and then cutting it into strips. You can roll this all out and then roll it into a big log and then chop it up, but I find everything sort of gets a bit smushed. So with the pizza dough, I did use a pizza cutter to cut through. And now I've got salami, tomato paste, cheese, bacon, and again, I'll just do another cherry tomato in there and just rolling it up like a little rosette. And you can see all those nice layers, and that'll puff right out beautifully in the oven and shape it into a little tree. You can do this again like a wreath and add extra spinach at the end of it or basil, and change the fillings out if you like. You know, be adventurous, use salmon, use tomato, whatever
Susie,
you like. Look at that.
Susie,
Yeah.
could you use sun-dried tomatoes in place of cherry tomatoes?
Yeah, you sure could. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, use what you like to eat. I absolutely hate tomatoes, but in this recipe,
So do I.
once those little cherry tomatoes are cooked, actually really good, and it sort of comes out like a sun-dried tomato. So
maybe I should stick with the normal tomato then.
Yeah, just the little cherry ones. They're not as bad as regular tomatoes. So yeah, you can see.
Maybe I should be adventurous.
That looks pretty cool, and I'll show you. Okay.
Talking about girls, tomatoes are amazing.
They are amazing. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I use them in a lot of things, but I do not like them raw at all. I used to pick tomatoes.
With you, Sam. I love them.
I used to pick tomatoes in Elmore, and I can't stand the smell of them. So this is one I prepared earlier, obviously, and I'm going to pop that into another one in the oven. These are just amazing.
That looks amazing. How good does that look?
It
Who's going to try that one?
So yeah, I'll show you the finished products of those a bit later on. Just be adventurous, try your different dips. You can't go wrong. You got a Thermomix now, life's good. Now, if anybody is actually got some friends on today, you are eligible for host rewards. So that's really exciting as well. So I'm sure one of us will go through the host rewards a little bit later, but just by inviting 1 or 2 friends along, share the link with them and they jump on as well, that can open up this beautiful host rewards program for you. It's pretty easy. So I'm pretty much done. I'm going to pop those into the oven and I'll show you the end results a bit later.
Thank you, Suze.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. In 18 seconds, my eggs need to come out. Can I just show that real quick and then
absolutely
back to you? Because then my spuds need cooking for just a little bit longer.
Yep.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to
no. I love it. I'll just find you and spotlight you. I've made you all co-host as well.
Oh, beautiful. So for 15 minutes, my spuds and my eggs have been cooking together in there. Now, when I press next, it's going to tell me to set my Varoma with the potatoes aside. Hot tip, flip your lid of your Varoma upside down and use it as a trivet to catch all the drip off the bench so you don't make a messy mess all over your bench. I'm going to put my lid in there. Now, this one I noticed, it actually has a video and you're not going to be able to see this very well. And if I take my phone down, I won't be able to get it back in spot. But one of the best things about Cookie Doo is that some recipes have videos to show you the steps that they're trying to explain to you. So in this particular step, it says, remove simmering basket with aid of spatula and carefully transfer into a bowl of cold water. Now, I am going to play it. You might see it. You might not. It only runs for 5 seconds. And it basically is showing you that we use our hook from our spatula. We pop it into the holes of our simmering basket and we remove it. And I have an ice water ready off to the side here. Press next again, and it's just going to tell me to put my Varoma back into position, grips and all. And this is going to give it a quick stir to make sure that everything is cooking evenly. And then we're going to steam up again, and that's just to ensure that it's cooked properly. So another 8 minutes, extend if they're not soft enough, and we want them to be firm, but a knife to go through them. So I reckon that 8 minutes should be just about perfect. But that's my last one, well, my next one, Sam. So You can have a go
Okay.
now. Sorry.
No, don't apologize at all. I just felt like that looks awesome. Let's find myself. How are we, people?
Hey, Sam.
So good. Okay, so I have got lots to show you. I have done some cooking earlier, and I am going to do some cooking today on screen. The reason I've done some cooking earlier is because I'm going to feed a crowd today. And so I've got some visitors, and how nice is that? So I'm trying for the very first time today baklava. And I did prepare it earlier. It is extremely easy. Has anybody made baklava before? While I just find the recipe. And girls, if you see in the chat, if anyone's made baklava, can you let me know? I'm assuming that's a no.
Nothing yet, no.
No baklava lovers out there. All right, so it's really, really easy. Does anyone like baklava? I remember when I used to live in Hurstville in Sydney, you know, we used to go down to the Greek shop and buy this stuff. It was amazing. So you've just got to melt your butter, and that goes into your Thermomix, and it's melted for about 5 minutes. And then that's just for brushing your phyllo pastry. The mixture inside is a combination of cinnamon, walnuts and pistachios, and a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of sugar, and that just goes in there and mills. You set that aside, get your phyllo out, and I've used and you're just going to layer up the mixture between sheets of phyllo pastry. So it is a bit of a process, which that's why I've prepared it earlier. So in that, I've used the rose gold large pan, and I've also got on the bottom of this the silicone mat that comes with these that fit these as well. So that's beautiful. Then I've layered a sheet of phyllo, sprinkling on my mixture, and I've just kept going. The recipe actually says you'll get 3 layers out of this. I probably got about 10. So,
Wow.
So I'm going to have a thicker version baklava than what the recipe suggested I was going to have. We've got a bit of green pistachio coming in here. So once you've layered it all up, it needs to go in the fridge for the butter to harden. So that's about a 20-minute job in the fridge. Then it comes out as I've just pulled it out, and I've cut a diamond pattern in it with my knife. That needs to go into the oven now because it gets baked for 40 minutes. So you can understand why I did a little bit of preparing earlier, but I'm excited to try a new recipe. And what I love about Cockadoo is that you can so do that and trust that it's going to work. The next stage of the step is to create your syrup. So I'm just going to click on my 3 dots on the screen, click on recipe detail, and scroll down until I see that stage, and I'm going to jump into that stage. There we go. So your syrup is made up of honey, cinnamon and water, and it gets cooked for 10 minutes. And then you need to add a lemon juice and zest, and you add your flavour. So it has rose water in it and orange water in it. It needs to steep for 20 minutes, which is what mine has done here. It's already been steeping. And so you can see again, it's sort of probably, something that gets done a little bit earlier. And then I'm going to just strain that into a cup. So it just gets strained. So you have this lovely syrup to pour onto your baklava when it comes out of the oven. So pop that aside. And that's that recipe done. With a little bit of preparation earlier. So the next one I'm going to showcase for you is one of our cooking experience menus that we've got on, and I made it for the first time the other day, and I loved it so much that I thought I'm going to do it again today. So it's beautiful. And what I've done here, it's called the red pesto chicken salad. When I go back to my computer, I'll pop all these recipes into the chat for you. And so you've got them. And following up from this class, I'll send you an email with all of the recipe links in that as well. So in my bowl, I have got all the pesto ingredients. How good is this? It's just one step, just throw it all in. So we've got 85 grams of sun-dried tomatoes, macadamia nuts, 25 grams, 20 grams of olive oil, and I've just used the oil from the jar. I love doing that. Parmesan cheese, 1 garlic clove, 15 grams of roasted pepper, tomato paste. Now I didn't have that, so I just used a bit of sauce. 10 to 20 grams of basil leaves, 10 grams of olives. And instead of using yogurt, because I've used it all up, I've just used some coconut cream instead. 2 teaspoons of balsamic and 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Salt, lid on, and watch how quick this is. 20 seconds on speed 5. While it's doing that, anyway, something hard in there. I'm just going to get my chicken in here. Now, this is way more than you need in the recipe. It actually is a smaller salad. Yum. And we're just going to take that out. Oh. I'm going to actually put some into the chicken and then leave some for the rest of the later. So let me just show you what I've done. So on the back bench, I've got 2 more Thermomixes. The beauty of Thermomix is so much, but what's better than 1 Thermomix but 2? So I've boiled my water. I've boiled my water and I have got some, hang on one sec. I think I've inhaled something from my pesto. I've just chopped up some ruby red potatoes, which is it's sort of like another a full meal or a side salad, I suppose if you want. I'm going to make it into a full meal, and I've got a side salad to go with it. So I haven't weighed 500. I've actually just jammed as much as I can get into the bowl. I'm a family of 6, so when I cook, I like to make sure I have leftovers if that's possible. And so, yes, I'm not much of a scale watcher. So we just swapped out our bowls. I'll get that pesto out in a moment. I've got the baby potatoes in here. And we're going to mix up the chicken. So it does tell you all this through the recipe, but these are some of the tips. And set that aside. Now, my biggest tip to you is when you are cooking anything with a Varoma, get that water or get that mixture or that stock cooking, because nothing's going to steam in here until that's at temp. So the beauty of that, just going to tip out some. So I'm using my lines inside the bowl. You've also got them on the outside of the bowl. The markers to show me where
I usually put mine, Sam, when I'm Varoma-ing, I usually fill my bowl and set it on kettle mode while I'm cooking, while I'm cutting my vegetables or cutting my protein, so that when it comes time, the water is hot enough and ready to go to save a little bit of time.
Thank you. That's exactly what I did, man. I used my other Thermomix and I put it on kettle mode to boil it. And I just took a guess at how much. So that's on. I'm just going to turn it onto the Varoma, and that's going to steam for 10 minutes. Now, because it's not at the Varoma yet, I can just fix up my pesto in here. It's always the way when I'm on video, I inhale something up my nose and makes me sneeze. So this pesto's got to come out. Put it in a bowl, and we're going to put some onto the chicken. Again, it does give you the measurements, but look, I've probably tripled that recipe. So I'm just going to put some in there and mix up my chicken pesto. Are you using your Varoma? Those that are watching and on, how many of you want to use your Varoma more?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a really great dish. Now, I tell you, I tried it the other day. It was absolutely divine. So if you want us to come over and make it for you, we can so do that. It's all full in there, so I'm just going to chuck it on top. So we've got potatoes steaming, chicken steaming with the pesto, and I'm going to get the rest of that pesto out and use that as a dip if you want. Something, something else. Now, before I shift my camera over to somebody else, the other things, this is a class to show you something that's going to wow, something that you can prep, gifts, all that sort of stuff. So a little later on, I'm going to get some of my goodies and put them here and show you. One of the things that I love to do though, let's get them, is wonton wraps. I absolutely love wonton wrappers. And using the mini muffin tray, don't mind my burnt ones. Look, got the burnt colour ones and the good colour ones. So wonton wrappers are a really great appetizer. They make great lasagna cuts. You could do little dips in here. You could make them into taco shells and put little taco mints in here. You could do, I'm going to do guacamole, some refried greens and some sour cream. I'm going to make them vegan and have a little hors d'oeuvres with a little cherry tomato. You could do so much. You could make them into desserts and do some beautiful caramel with some banana and some whipped cream on top. These are so versatile, and this is something you can prep ahead. So I have just used my mini muffin tray, and I've just popped my wonton wrappers in them, giving them a spray, my mini muffin tray on the bottom. Wonton wrappers go in, another spray, and then you bake them. Don't forget they're in the oven or they come out a little bit burnt. And then these can go in the freezer or in a container when you just want to pop in a salad into it or whatever it is that you want to use that. So this is a really, really great, nibbly dish. Or you can use them as chips. And if you don't use them, or you can break them up and use them as chips on something. So while that's cooking, where are we going to go next? Let's have a look.
I'm ready to do my next step if no one else has anything. Mine's got so many steps.
Yes, we'd love that, man. I'm just going, sorry about the people that are just entering. I was just on camera, so I couldn't see that.
Oh, sorry, it didn't come up on my phone that anyone was waiting.
No problem. Over to you, man.
Well, speaking of wonton wrappers, I actually picked up 5 packets of wonton wrappers for 50 cents each at Woolies a little while ago, and I chucked them in the freezer. And today, earlier on in the day, I thought I'll make spinach and chorizo phyllo cupcake thingies. I can't remember the exact name, but it is on Cookie Dough and it's fabulous. And I pulled out my phyllo pastry that had been in the fridge for probably close to 2 months, and surprise, surprise, it was moldy and I couldn't use it, but I'd already made up my mixture. And I thought, geez, what am I going to do with this mixture now? No pastry, no time to make any. So I whipped out my wonton wrappers. Check it out, Sam. And I used my wonton wrappers.
Oh my God.
As my thing. So they've just come out of the oven. So such good timing. They've just come out of the oven and they're going to be perfect for dinner tonight. I can't wait to eat them. With the potato salad as a side.
Yes.
So I've taken my spuds off. My spuds only did need that extra 8 minutes, which was good. So I can put my knife through the potato, but it still keeps its shape, which is what we want because we don't want them to go mushy. And I'm setting that aside for the potatoes to cool down. In the interest of this class and wanting them to cool a bit quicker, next time I'm off camera, I'm actually going to spread them out onto a tray so that they cool a bit quicker. Now, next step says the clean and dry mixing bowl. I don't do that here. I've just swapped the bowl out and put my clean bowl in because I've got 2 bowls. If you are lucky enough to nab 2 bowls with the purchase of your machine just recently, you will come to love having this ability to just go, nope, and swap it out. So perfect. I'm going to put 150 grams of bacon cut into pieces. This is already diced bacon that I got from the supermarket, real pieces of bacon. And I'm just measuring that in. And you know what, there's only a little bit left in the bowl, so I'm just going to put it all in. So it works out to be 200 grams, not 150, but
No such thing as too much bacon anyway.
no, right? That's exactly right, though, isn't it? It's like it will be fine. I think it will be
Yep.
well received. 3 spring onions, which I've just chopped off camera. And please don't mind that this is a Tupperware Flexi Mat and not a Thermomix one. A tablespoon of olive oil. I also don't use measuring spoons here, so that's probably about a tablespoon. It stopped glowing or it was upside down. For anyone that thinks I'm doing Ian Hewitt's in here and just dabbing it all in. Now this is actually going to fry off for 5 minutes. It's going to fry off my bacon and it's going to fry off my spring onion, and I am left to do whatever I want for the next 5 minutes. It'll be keeping an eye on the class, obviously, but in normal life, it would be loading the dishwasher or taking a load of washing out of the washing machine, getting it ready to hang, or taking it off the clothesline, or tidying up the mess that I'm making here. So that's probably one of my favorite things of having a Thermomix, is having my hands back to do busy mum things. I've got 2 busy boys that my husband has taken out for the day so that I can do this quietly. Otherwise, I'd have one off this arm and one off this arm wanting to jump on camera. So for us as a family, it's just been perfect for having that extra time to be able to do the things, all the things. So 5 minutes here, Sam, if you've got someone else that you want to talk to.
I will. Monique, how are you looking over there? Would you like to start your recipe? Or Suze, do you have something else to do, Suze, before we go over to Monique? I can show the beauty of one-handed cooking while I hold Nate. Yes. I'll just check with Susie first. Yeah, sure.
Hello. Hi. I could run through if you like. My stuff's all in the oven baking now. So would you like me to run through Hosting Awards or
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Or I've got some other people to showcase as well. Monique, do you need a little bit of extra time?
No, I'll just be showing what I've made now. Like I'm already done.
Okay. Monique,
I'll
give you
1 minute. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of extra time.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, now one of our people that can't be here today, Gemma, has done a little video. So I'm going to share that with you now. And we'll stop when we need to.
Today, I wish I could have joined you live, but the festive season has started and our weekends are getting busier and busier. So this is pre-recorded so that I didn't miss out. Have a couple of great recipes to show you. I'll hopefully do them quite quickly. We've got 2 busy kids here that may interrupt, so I'll try and get as much as I can in before they come and jump in as well. I'm doing Phoenix's cheese log, which is a great recipe on the website.
Sam, the sound has gone right down on the video.
Okay.
Made practice, if you've done these ones,
There we
if
go.
you're trying making your own, what you find works.
Is it better?
What you like about them. So first
Yep.
for the rosemary, so just
Yep.
it asks us for 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary. And pop that out. So 15 seconds on speed 8. That's chopped. We're adding in 100 grams of tahini. So just says the rest of sesame seed. So that's chopped up nice and well. I love the scales. I think that's one of the awesome features that you can just straighten it step and start and then ready to go. And have to put out another bowl and wait and to the center, to the gram rather than 5 grams like the TM5. still information around
The volume's on again.
eggs. So
What happened?
I always check them first, and it is a bit of a tip anyway, just to crack your eggs, make sure you're getting shell, make sure
What do you do?
and pop it into your measuring cup before you throw it in. So rather than using another bowl, I just crack them in there. Make sure I didn't get any shell, which I often do, or if the kids are helping, it's a great way to make sure it's fine before I ruin the whole meal. The other thing with the eggs is you can separate eggs by popping your egg into the rim of the bowl there. Let us know if you haven't heard of that tip before, if you don't know what I mean. Now I like that because I'm going to have to clean my lid anyway, so rather than making that bowl, I just throw it straight there. So
What's Gemma making, Sam?
Gemma is
Got
making
Someone in the chat
mixes.
wanting to know what Gemma's making.
Okay, Gemma's making skinny mixes.
It doesn't matter if they're not the black ones, the white ones and seeds are
Skinny
fine.
mixes cheese log, and she's making sesame
Coconut flour.
tahini crackers.
Yeah, I think the
I'm gonna
sound's
pop
pretty poor for everyone, sadly.
Okay, what I can do.
Sorry, guys.
Half a teaspoon of sea salt flakes. I just take a bit of a guess. I'm using my salt shaker. Some black pepper.
Just hang on one sec.
And mix that 10 seconds.
Okay, so that's no good. Sounds no good. Sounds no good, guys, is it?
No,
What I
no
can
good.
do is, okay, what I can do is pop Gemma's recording in the, get you out earlier and pop it into the
Email.
email to you. Yeah.
I'm good to go
so
too,
I'm just-
Sam.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
lots
All
of
right.
people wanting to use their Varoma more. We should do maybe a Varoma class for everyone.
Absolutely. I'm just going to pop you on Spotlight.
Oh,
The floor is yours, babe.
thank you. So I, unlike you amazing ladies, need to follow a step-by-step recipe. I'm a little bit useless when it comes to that. So that's why I love my Thermomix. So I'm making the creamy broccoli salad, which it's actually really easy. So I have pre-prepared all of my veggies, and basically we're just going to chuck it all in. So here we go. Broccoli.
I'm just going to let everyone know, Monique, that you are a brand new consultant.
Thank you. Thank you.
A brand new consultant who's only been here a couple of weeks. And look how brave she is being on her first cooking class on the screen. Woo, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. So cabbage, onion. We don't like a lot of onion in the house, so I put in a little bit less than what the recipe said. Capsicum, I've added extra because I was using what I had left over, which is also what I love. So we're going to put the lid on and chop this all up just for 6 seconds. So this is it. I'm going to do it again because I like it chopped a little bit more than that. So I'm just going to pop it back on again just to make it a bit finer. Sorry, guys. You might be able to hear my husband and son singing Rudolph in the background too. I apologise. There we go. That's better. So pop that into my server.
Does everyone have a server? Is there anyone that needs a server? or wants a server.
I chuck some
Another
avocado
server.
now too. I have a few from when I first brought my machine, so that's great. And then, yeah, I got another one when I signed up, which was awesome as part of my kit. Avocados are only $1 at the moment at the supermarket, so I've actually put in extra than what the recipe says because we like it, which helps. And just to fill it out a little bit, I've roasted some sweet potato also, and we're throwing that in too. So for the dressing, I just got everywhere. Here we go.
So Monique, how
yogurt.
long were you were you an owner for before you became a consultant?
2 years.
Wow. There you go.
So I brought my machine in 2019.
And I think when I heard your goal for why you've become a consultant, I thought that was really, really a great, strong goal. So tell us
something to aim for. So my eldest brother lives in America, in Seattle, and he has just had a baby. Him and his wife had a baby in May, and we'd love to go over for a white Christmas next year, 2022, to take our family over and my younger brother and his family as well. So that's my goal, is to get some money for that holiday. So we'll see. Pop the oil in. Is that right, Sam? Like, that's what we talked about? Yeah,
absolutely. Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. Lemon juice. It's a little bit less, but should be right.
Bring on the overseas travel.
Yeah, exactly. How great is it? My parents are going over in January, which I'm really jealous about. Now, this is just the dressing for the salad.
Now, while Monique can't hear everybody, I put my baklava on a higher setting than I should have. So glad I just checked it.
That's my dressing done, guys. I don't have a second bowl, unfortunately. So I just did it with all my stuff still in the bowl because it's going all in the one salad, so it doesn't really matter. So pour that over, and Sam, if you want to come back once I've stirred it all in and stuff, that's fine. If you want to go to someone else, I can show you the finished product.
We can, we can watch you if you want.
Well, I've made a little bit of a mess, so I'll clean that up first. I spilled some of the salad.
Okay, all right, I'll come back to me. So I've got about so something when I doubled the chicken, and I'll just mute you, Monique. They can't hear that. There we go. So when I was cooking the chicken salad, you've got to remember when you're doubling a recipe, you can add 20% extra cooking time to your recipe because you've got more volume. The other tips around using your Varoma is if you need to increase your steam for more capacity, more, a lot more food up the top, you go up to speed 3, I use quite often to pump up that steam up there. You can go up to a maximum of speed 6 on your Varoma. When you're making dulce de leche, which is a caramel, you'll be on a speed 5. So there you go. So I've got this out of the oven. It's a bit hot. I'm just looking for my little glove. And what I need to do is I need to have a look at the recipe to see when I pour my sauce on. As I said, it's the first time I've made it. So let me just share with you. It smells really good. But this is the baklava. Yum, yum. And you don't, when you're cutting it, you don't want to cut right to the bottom because you don't want all your syrup to soak at the bottom. So we're just going to bookmark this recipe and we're going to go in and find baklava so I can see the recipe and what I need to do next. Of course, I could use one of my back machines, but just for the purpose to show you what you can do as well, just search baklava. I hope everyone's had a beautiful Sunday. It's been incredible weather today. So this is the one I'm doing, the golden baklava, and I can actually read the recipe while I'm cooking something else. So I'm just going to scroll through. Leave baklava to cool slightly and then drizzle syrup evenly over the top of the pastry. Set aside uncovered overnight before slicing and serving. Well, wasn't I supposed to slice?
Overnight? Did it say you have to leave it overnight?
It did. So that's a bit of a bummer because I was
That's
planning on eating
rude.
it today.
That is so rude.
So I am going. I'm going to get my spoon, and it has cooled slightly. Oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. And I will continue to drizzle all of that over. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you is if we've got some new collections. Has there anyone seen the new collections out? There's 2 festive collections.
I've had a quick look at them.
Well, I couldn't help myself. I had to try something out of it. And I'm very, very excited to show you. So just getting all my drizzling on. I'm going to have to complete this after, but I'm conscious you've also got to see it. So look what I made out of it. Now, I have never made a sponge cake in my life. That turned out really good. But this recipe, let me just share with
It's
you.
amazing, Sam.
I've got all this food. Look at this. This has been setting in the fridge, so it had to set. So what it's got, it's really easy. Now, I did 2 sponge cakes out of this recipe, so this is double. And how pretty is it? So pretty. I'm so excited. Just love a little bit of red and white. So in here, you do the sponge cake recipe, which is eggs, flour, and it's about 30 seconds on the mix. I'm going to take it and show you. Then you bake that for about 8 to 10 minutes. Leave that to cool slightly. And what I did is I used the rose cold bake pan, the small tiny one, the 20 mil one, and I had my paper, and I used my pre-cut paper. So I only had that left, so I just let it sticking out the side, and I used my other pre-cut paper to do the sides around the ring. And then I made the cake, and then I cut it, sliced it in half horizontally to fit in my stack. And then I discovered I really wanted it higher, so I made another one. You make a strawberry coulis, which is strawberries and a little bit of sugar, no water. It's got enough water in it. Cook that for 5 minutes. Look, I know we have a lot of owners on today, so I didn't bore you with the steps. I've just, enticing you with all the pretties. And then you make a mousse. Now the mousse, it's actually all low
Sam,
sugar.
your Wi-Fi is cutting out. One of the kids logging onto something.
Oh, is it really? Is it no good?
She's
Can you-
frozen.
Oh no, is it frozen? Can we
She's
change
fine
to
for
someone?
me. You're good for me, Sam.
Oh, maybe it
Is
was
it-
me then.
Oh, that's good. So
Embarrassing.
Oh, look at this. This is seriously sugar heaven going on here. So I'm going to show you that. You'll see some photos later of that one. So yes, you do your and I've just got my chicken about to come out. So where were we up to? The mousse,
Coulis.
the coulis
Strawberry
gets
coulis.
done, and then you do the mousse, and it's incredible. And it's really low sugar, so then you just layer it up: sponge, mousse, and strawberries. The mousse needs to set for about 10 minutes, not too long, and strawberry coulis, and then you put it on top. In here, I know what that is now because I piped some cream on top, but there's all gone a bit yuck. I just piped some little creamy bits on there. And these little things here, now you could do Ferrero Rochers on the top, but these little things are pure bliss as well. I'm going to pop the recipe in the email. it's like an after dinner thing, and it's got coconut and coconut oil. It's pretty easy, and sugar. And then you freeze them. Let me show you. And then you dip them in chocolate. So you can dip them in white chocolate, as I've done, and make them look like they belong in that dish, or you can dip them in milk chocolate. So this is the strawberry and white chocolate trifle out of the new collection, which I'll show you.
Love, Sam. It's so beautiful. Looks amazing in that dish you've got. I love that dish. Where did you get the dish?
Well, just down at the local shop. I did have a big mama trifle dish, but used it for the
remember.
first. And I got myself a new one after that one broke. So now we've got this ready to go. I've talked long enough.
So we're all very lucky today, ladies. We're all going to get all these recipes emailed to us. So thank you, Sam, for all the work you do, because there's lots that goes on behind the scenes on these days. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure, darling.
Every buy, they go through one of these gorgeous, dedicated people, because, you know, if we don't have customers, we don't get paid, and we do love our job, don't get me wrong, but it's always nice to be financially reimbursed.
Yep.
And Sam, like, we love her. She's our team leader, so we always take good advice from this legend who's been in the business for a long time.
Susie, you're keep it coming, babe. You just love all this, you know. It's great. And how good is it that we're connecting all the way over in Western Australia with you? So Susie was living in Bendigo. Tell us a bit about your story, Suze, and I'm going to So
I joined Thermomix because we wanted to hit the road and travel, and needed to save up quite a bit of money to buy
this
a
is
bus.
not cooked, by the way. I've got to put it back
all
on.
The rest of it. So it was just really time to perfection for me to join Thermi. And now I'm traveling Australia. I'm doing demos all around Australia, introducing the Thermomix to new customers all the time, which is, you know, the highlight of your travel, I guess, when you get to share how fabulous it is to cook with this amazing machine while everyone's just having a barbecue, and I'm cooking Thai red curries and gourmet salads, and everyone's just having lettuce and tomato and cucumber. Like, it's just so awesome. I just love food. I love sharing it with everyone, and yeah, traveling Australia and still being able to work and assist with our income is fantastic. It's so cool. I'm so blessed.
I'm so jealous of your amazing lifestyle. It's incredible. It's incredible. So what I was just doing while Susie was just chatting was, because I've probably tripled the recipe with the chicken, there was a few parts of it that wasn't cooked enough. So I've just backed it back on. And like I was saying, increase the speed, because I want this cooked now. Like, I'm in a hurry and I want it done. So I've increased the speed up to 3.5, probably go up to 4, but the noise level for me is better at 3.5. And I'm just going to gauge it as it goes along. And this is what it looks like so far. So we've got a bed of baby spinach. We've got the red potatoes in here. I've drizzled over the rest of that pesto. Chicken's going to go on top. And then what's going to go on top of that is I'm going to sprinkle some macadamias again, or maybe some seeds on top. The other really great salad I would recommend you make is the roasted cauliflower. It's a roasted spice cauliflower. It's dead easy. You just make up your spice mix in your Thermomix. It takes about 30 seconds. If you've already got it made, which I did, I just tossed it together. And this is all very impromptu, Pepper, because I didn't have all these dishes planned to show you. I just thought, oh, well, I'm on camera, may as well. So I've just tossed all the cauliflower in the little spice mix that I did, and it goes in the oven to bake for about 20 minutes. Then it gets out, and I've used pomegranate aerials in there. I've put some pistachios in here, and I'm thinking it needs a little bit of red. So I'm just going to dot in some cucumber. And this has to be vegan because I have vegan visitors today. It is not a vegan recipe, but I've just veganized it. So just going to pop some extra salad bits in there, which it doesn't say to do, but, you know, this is what we do. We just make it our own, and I'd probably put some cheese on there if it was me, but it's not going to have any cheese. So that's another great recipe to do too. Anyway, that's going to cook off, and you're going to have to see a picture afterwards. We're going to do a bit of a swing around and see what everybody has made, see if they're finished, see how Mam's going with her bits and pieces. So let me go back over to my other camera and find out where everyone's on to. Who is ready? What about you, Monique? Can I come back to you?
Yeah, I'm done. Yep.
Can we have a look at your beautiful food?
So
And
I've
hold-
just put some pine nuts in there as well and stirred them through. So that's it.
That's a really great, easy
Really
salad to do.
Easy, one-handed, love it.
Yeah. Awesome being one-handed. Yes, beautiful. And I'm just going to come over to Amanda. How are you going there with yours, man?
Yeah, good. I have, so this was my bacon and my spring onion, and my eggs were cooled enough that I could cut them. It says to cut and quarter them. I'm just making the dressing now. So I've put in 200 grams of mayonnaise. You can make your own mayonnaise, or you could be like me and cheat and just buy it from the supermarket. I actually don't use mayonnaise often enough to make it fresh because it ends up going bad, and I don't like to waste food. So I do buy it from the supermarket for that reason. Some whole grain
Really?
mustard.
Do you not
Uh,
like the mayonnaise?
I just
In
don't use it. I don't know why. 10 grams of balsamic vinegar. I did lay my potatoes out onto a tray in a single layer and pop them in the fridge so that hopefully I could put this together before the end of the class. I would have usually boiled the potatoes before the class so that I could just make and put it together here, but I just wanted to show you guys how awesome it was that we were steaming eggs and potatoes at the same time. I didn't want that effect to be lost on just telling you. So I'm just putting the lid on here. This is just going to mix for 3 seconds on speed 5. Oh, I also grated up some Parmesan cheese. So the recipe asked for 60 grams of Parmesan cheese. That took 5 seconds on speed 9. I did that while we were off the camera. That is the sauce there. So just a bit of mayo. It didn't ask me to clean the bowl in between the cheese and making this, so I didn't. So that'll add a little bit of extra nice flavor to it as well. Now I am going to grab my spuds from the fridge.
And while
I can't even taste it to show you guys.
I'm just decorating my little wonton cup, so I'm going to have something extra to show you as well. What is it? I mean, any recipes that you've seen today or so far that you think you might make, ladies?
This potato salad recipe.
Going to try the salad? Yep.
This potato salad one is a test run for Christmas. We're having Christmas at our house this year. So this is a little test run to see how far in advance I can make it, for one, and whether it actually tastes any good for the guests as well. So this has been a good opportunity to show you guys and also do a little test.
So when we finish that, I've got some playlists that I'd like to share with you. So hold on, don't leave yet, and then you can take a screenshot of them. Soon enough, from the 29th of this month, we will have
Tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Tomorrow.
You'll be able to upload your own recipes onto your Cookadoo, which is great. And later, we'll be able to share our playlist with you, and you'll be able to share them with us too. So that'll be amazing, because I get asked that all the time. So for now, I'll give you a screenshot. So back to you, Mando.
Well, I'm just I forgot to put my Parmesan cheese in while I was mixing it, but I'm just doing the last little mixy bits And I think we're on step 34 or 37, so we must be just about done. Did everyone know that in the corner, when you're cooking with Cookie Do, it tells you what step you're up to out of how many, so you can gauge roughly how much longer your recipe is going to take you.
The preview mode is pretty cool, isn't
Oh,
it?
I
So that's
love
a new,
that. That's my favorite update so far on the
it's a
Thermomix.
new feature. Everyone's seen that on their machine, and my chicken's done. Yay.
I can move my machine over, but I think it says to garnish with some extra spring onions, but we're done. There we go. It actually smells quite nice. Maybe I will give it a try. I've never been a potato salad person, but I might give it a crack.
Yeah, you should.
Off camera, just in case.
All right,
You know.
that was great. So did you bump that out at all? Would you put anything extra with that?
Because I don't eat potato salad, I don't really know what else would go in it that would probably taste half decent. I guess you could chuck some capsicum through there, some red capsicum, and get some a little bit of extra color and a little bit of extra veg through there.
You could certainly put I've made this heaps. This is a very big favorite at our house, and I constantly put lentils. I wash lentils, canned lentils. I put that through, and little corn kernels through it. Absolutely amazing.
Great idea.
Yeah, yummy. So yeah, you could definitely cut it out with extra.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like gherkin in my potato salad too. Gherkin's really nice. I know, right? I'm weird. I'm just, but everyone knew that already. And what I'm doing here, so I've got two spotlights on. You'll be able to see both Manda and I. I'm just getting the wonton cups, and I've just filled them with, as Monique was telling, avocados are cheap. Made some guacamole, and I've made refried beans. So it's a tin of beans, some spices, and that's it. And then you just mix it up. It's actually really, really tasty. So get a little bit of bean in you. And this is the little wonton cups. How cute are they? They're just going to be gobbled up, I'm sure. So, and this is the potato salad with a difference. So this is the red chicken potato salad, which is going to feed a crowd, and I'll put some seeds or something on top of that. Maybe
it looks really nice. I'm going to have to try that one.
Yes, it is. It is a fantastic one. So if you are interested in finding out about coming and joining us nutcases and becoming a consultant and earning some extra money, or just sharing the joy that you've had in your Thermomix business, you jump on you all got a phone. It's such an easy business to be part of when it's really well rewarded. So if you'd like to learn more about that, chat to us at the end. What have you got there, man? Do you look like you?
Yeah, so I've just put it in a smaller bowl so I can take a shot when we're finished with this while I've got my ring light out. It says to pop it in the fridge and refrigerate for 30 minutes until it's all cooled through, and then to serve immediately. So this, for Christmas, this would actually be a really fabulous one. I know if you're hosting Christmas, the lead up can be just crazy when it comes to making foods and all of those sorts of things for your guests. This salad, I feel like, could be made 1 to 2 days in advance, and I feel like the flavors will just infuse in that dressing much more over that time, and it will in turn then taste a little bit nicer come Christmas Day. I would maybe next time pop a clove of garlic in with the bacon and the spring onion when it's being sauteed off. So when it's chopped and sauteed off, just because it's a bit weird that a recipe doesn't have garlic in it, right? Like, I find that strange. So I would probably pop a little bit of garlic in there for that little bit of extra flavor. And again, then let that infuse over the next couple of days. But yeah, overall, I seem pretty happy with that. Hopefully it passes the husband's liking test. Like I said, he rates my mum's pretty high up there on the scale of potato salad. So we'll have to see how it compares to mum.
And Suze, I've got you on the spotlight cheek. Is that fair? That looks great, Manda. Well, I've tried that salad, Manda, and I think it is divine. I love it.
Good.
So yeah, definitely. I put some chives on top or something, but as well. What do you got there, Suze?
So I've got my tree 3 ways. We've done the pizza scroll, which is this one here.
Wow, they look amazing.
Yum.
So yum. Like
Awesome.
obviously you can just go to town and make it bigger and whatever. I'm in a caravan bus. I've only got small trays to deal with. But if you've got a nice big oven, can you imagine how big that could get? Like you could make a beautiful big tree. And then I've got, this is the pre-bought pastry that I made. Oh, shivers, sorry. Yep, there we go. Sorry. So this is the pre-bought pastry that we cut into the tree and we turned the sides over. And I've
Oh,
just
that
got some
looks
extra
so
capsicum and
beautiful.
basil. And then this one here is our homemade puff pastry. Very easy again, and just rolled into scrolls with the little tomato in the middle. Like, and then excess dip or whatever, any little leftovers, make sure you use them up. It's just so cool. I love my Thermomix. I love being able to do all these cool things and inspire people. So yeah, you can follow us all along. Sam will send everyone an email with all our details, and yeah, we're not fussed
Absolutely.
with someone else. We're quite happy for you to still get inspired by us. It's no big deal.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. That looks absolutely amazing. Thanks so much, Suze. I just put some extra things in the Cookadoo planner for today, and just other things that I thought would be really great to take a plate. I've tried that beetroot, pear and blue cheese salad. It's divine. And there's so many wonderful recipes. A good old quiche is great too. This one, the semi-Frito, the strawberry meringue semi-Frito, that is really easy and well worth doing. Lots and lots
And
of
what was yours
inspiration.
called? The chicken pesto that you made?
The red pesto chicken salad. Yep. I'm going to pop it all in for you as well. So you've also got, I've put them all in here. So this is what we made today. So Gemma has made these things, and I'll pop all the recipes in for you. So that was the white chocolate and strawberry trifle that I made, the golden black carver, the Aussie potato salad, and we'll get the rest of the recipes coming in and share it with you. But I'll just stop that share. So there's so much. Has anyone else got other? I'm just going to spotlight me again. Has anyone else got any more ideas that they'd like to share? If you do, please let us know. We always love being inspired as well. I have an absolute feast going on in my kitchen. I've got baklava for tomorrow. This chicken salad. This chicken salad.
No way, I'd be eating it now.
Same, I wouldn't be waiting.
No,
I'm
just
gonna
eat
have
it.
to hurry that up. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I've got that trifle. Now, I do not know how you get that trifle so neat. Does anyone know? Look at this. Like, it is pretty neat, but it's,
I'm pretty sure you have to chill it in between steps, so that like your custard and your cream and your jam sort of like set a little bit hard. So you do a layer and you chill it, you do a layer, you chill it, you do a layer, you chill it.
I think because I've made the cake tin, and I didn't need to trim the sponge either. It just fitted in the glass dish, but it wasn't right to the edge. So maybe that's the trick as well.
I think it still looks pretty amazing.
Pretty much. I know, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. If anyone wants to stay on and ask any questions about anything, please do. And yes, if you've been a host today and you've got some guests and we don't know about that, please let us know. And always very good. And please give us a shout out wherever it is that you go and tell the world about your amazing Thermomix too. So thanks so much for coming. We're Team Inspire, and you know, we love to do exactly what our name represents, to inspire you with beautiful recipes that you can make in your Thermomix. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to keep filling my wonton cups. And if my girls just hang about, I'd love to take a group photo to share and, yeah, and just say how wonderful you all are. Thank you to my team for coming on.
Thanks,
and
everyone.
giving,
Thanks everyone for coming. That was amazing. It was nice afternoon for me in this 38 degrees in my air-conditioned bus.
Oh, I was going to say, does your bus at least have air conditioning?
Well, I'm at a caravan park at Coral Bay, so thankfully I've got the aircon on today. Yeah,
Coral
We're
Still
Bay.
there
south.
electricity
We
to do it?
we need to chill,
Stop
so we're going south.
Oh gosh, amazing
great.
life. I just want you to take me outside so I can jump in the pool wherever it is that you are. Because I bet there's one there, or some sort of water. It'd be great. So I'll just check if there's anyone hanging about to ask any questions. Otherwise, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. We do have a cooking class on for basics class. That's in a couple of weeks' time. If you haven't, ask your consultant about that one, and they'll give you the link if you don't have it already. So thanks again. And that is us out, girls. And I've just got to get some more taters. You guys were awesome. I'm just going to wait. Just going to check on them. Change the view. Linda, do you have any questions for us? Are you there, Linda? Okay, no. Linda is gone.
Is it just us now?
It is just us. Yep, everyone else is gone.
Maybe she
So-
left her phone or her camera on, like
Yes.
her laptop on, and left the room.
Sometimes they like just switch off and go walkies, don't they? So yeah, that was great.
Good
Really
job, Mon, for your
relaxed.
first time.
Oh, thank you. Thanks very much.
Yeah,
Now
that
you've
wasn't
done
so
one, you'll be
bad.
fine for any others.
Yeah, I'm pro.
No,
Yeah.
you've done well.
You'll
I think
be
the first
fine.
one's the scariest.
Yeah.
What was that? Sorry, Sis.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, the first
What-
one's always the scariest.
Yeah,
It
Oh,
is.
exactly. Yeah.
But don't worry,
Um,
you could be doing it for 10 years and still drop everything on the floor.
It's all good. Shit happens,
Okay.
eh?
I'm gonna get a screenshot. So bring on your food, girls. You got your, and I'll get.
Is it your
I'll
screen protector that's blurry, or is it your camera?
It's my camera, unfortunately. I'm just pissed off because I actually took it in to get it repaired.
And
And
it
she just
didn't.
repaired the glass and didn't repair the camera. So,
Oh.
the camera's fucked. So I need
That's
a new phone.
it.
I've just spent $200 to get this repaired, and it's bloody not repaired. It's exactly the same as it was before.
That's freaking annoying, isn't it?
Ugh.
Okay. Hold up your goods, girls. I'm gonna screenshot.
Oh, which
you.
what we made or our
Yeah.
goods?
Our goods.
Okay, I'll take a few. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll get some. Hang on, what am I doing here?
Why aren't you in it?
I can't bloody take the screenshot at the same